Hello students, today we will start a new topic, that is from your class 10th syllabus. Basically I am focusing the class 10th syllabus, the life process chapter. Okay, so from this chapter we will start today the nutrition in animals. Okay, so let's introduce with the main topics to be covered. Okay, so first I have placed here the nutrition. Okay, so today we will see what is the nutrition, why it is needed for our survival. Next, modes of the nutrition. Modes of the nutrition means basically I will tell the types of the nutrition. Okay, nutrition in the unicellular organism and in case of the multicellular organism. Okay, so these two topics we will cover. Okay, nutrition in the unicellular. Basically today we will start only the animals. I am not focusing the plants. Okay, so let's start. So first, in case of the nutrition, what do you mean by the nutrition? So daily we takes food, right? So daily we takes food. Why? Because we have to depends on the food materials. Why? Because the food materials or the food components provide the energy. Okay, so to get energy we have to depends on the food material. Okay, and in case of the nutrition is the process, it is the process whereby any living beings can gain, obviously what? Obviously it will be energy. Okay, can gain the energy for their survival. Okay, so for survival, for our survival we have to depends on the food. Not only we but also whole over, means in case of the plants and in case of the unicellular organism also. Okay, so let's take the second topic, modes of the nutrition. So basically the nutrition process it can be divided as two. Okay, first it will be what? Yes, autotrophic. Okay, and second, obviously opposite of the autotrophic, the heterotrophic. Okay, so autotrophic basically it means that whenever any living beings they are capable to make their food, okay, means they able to synthesize their food inside their body. Okay, so as for example obviously the plants who have the green pigments, that is known as the chlorophyll, but wherever it will not capable, means in case of the other organism also it is there who are not able to make their food, so that is why they are the heterotrophic, not able to make their food. So that's why it is under the heterotrophic nutrition. So basically nutrition it can be divided into, first it will be autotrophic and second it will be heterotrophic. So basic difference of the autotrophic and the heterotrophic, it will be autotrophic they can make their food inside their body, they are capable to make their food, but in case of the heterotrophic it is not able to make their food. Okay, so that's why it is heterotrophic. And in case of the example, for example, human being, we are obviously the heterotrophic organism. Okay, so now I am rubbing this one, and next we will move to the nutrition in the unicellular organism. So now we will start the next topic, the nutrition in the unicellular organism. So as for example, the unicellular organism, the very common example, it is the amoeba. Okay, so in case of the amoeba, they are irregular in shape because they have no the skeleton, means they lack of the skeleton structure, so that the proper shape of the body, it is totally absent, right? So now in case of the amoeba, they bears proper nuclear structure. Okay, so they are unicellular, but they are the eukaryotic. Most of the eukaryotic nature, it is present according to the nuclear structure. Okay, so now whatever I am telling, the nutrition means they have to take the food, they have to depend on the food. Somehow, suppose here the food item, it will be there. Okay, so how they will reach or how they will intake their food? With the help of 5 process. With the help of 5 process, that is known as the holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition. Okay, with the help of this process, any complex substances, means in case of the food substances, if it is complex, that means they will take and they will transfer these complex substances into the simpler form. So that is under the holozoic nutrition. And it is an amazing factor in case of the multicellular organism, they are also following the holozoic nutrition in daily basis. Okay, so let's introduce the holozoic nutrition steps. First, it will be ingestion. First, it will be ingestion. Okay, so what is the ingestion here? Ingestion means to take the food inside of their body. So they have the mouth structure by which they will take the food items. So what they will do? They will create some extension of their body. Okay, extension of their body, that is known as pseudopodia. Pseudopodia. Okay, so with the help of the pseudopodia, meaning of the pseudopodia, obviously it is the false feet. Okay, why? Because this pseudopodial structure, it helps to move. Where they will move? Nearby the food items. Okay, so nearby the food items. So the food items already, it is inside of their pseudopodial structure. Next what it will be? Digestion process. Okay, next it will be digestion. Okay, so digestion means again the structure with the help of one vacuolated structure. Obviously nucleus, it is remains same only. With the help of this vacuolated structure, it is known as the food vacuole. It is known as the food vacuole. Okay, with the help of these food vacuole, they forms the food vacuole. Why? Because so that they can take the food items inside their body, totally inside their body. Okay, so now it will be under next process, followed by the next process. What it will be? Absorption. Okay, absorption. So absorption means whatever the need materials, whatever the necessary materials, it is remain inside the food materials, they will intake, they will absorb their body. Okay, so next process, they will digest. After the digestion, they will take all the whatever the necessary material, okay, and whatever I am drawing now, it is the waste material, okay. So with the help of the some enzymes, they will digest their food, and with the help of the absorption process, they will take the necessary material, okay. So at the violet portion, it is the waste material and it is the necessary material. We know that food items, it composed of necessary material also it will be there, and the waste material means it is not needed, it is not necessary for this organism. So next process, assimilation. With the help of the assimilation process, they will take all the necessary materials inside their body, okay, inside their cell, the body cell, all the necessary materials it will reach, and last of this process, what it will happen? At last, in this process, the amoebal structure, it will means amoeba's body, they will remove the waste material which is not needed. So this waste material, it will go out with the help of the pseudopodia again, and the whatever the necessary material, it will be remain inside of their body and nucleus as it is same, okay. So this is how, and the last process, with the help of they remove their waste material, this process it is called as egestion. It is called as egestion, okay. So it is called as the egestion process. So let's recall the holozoic nutrition. Ingestion process, first they have to take the food items inside their body. Next, digestion process, with the help of the the digestive enzyme or the hydrolytic enzyme, they will take the food inside their body with the help of the some vacuole structure. It is called as the food vacuole, okay. So after that, they will absorb the, what they will absorb? They absorb the need materials or the necessary materials from the food items. After that, assimilation means whatever they have absorbed, this whatever the necessary material, it have to reach inside the cell, it have to locate inside the cell. So that's the process with the help of the assimilation. Next, the egestion. Egestion means removal of the waste material from the body to the outside, okay. So this is how the nutrition in the unicellular organism, it is completed, okay. From this, the question definitely it will come in your board exam, okay. So try to understand this, the unicellular organism nutrition. So next we will move the nutrition in the multicellular organism.